Yeah, this is two Jessies doing a Magic the Gathering online draft of whatever, Cons of Tarkir, Fate Reforged draft. I'm Jesse K.
I'm Jesse T.
And we have just signed up for a Swiss draft. 8 people, so it should be starting any second now. And our goal is to draft the most gimmicky deck possible.
We're going to try, I think, we want to try to make the enchantments deck work if we can.
Well, the first thing we're picking is Shaman of the Great Hunt because it's a rare, and this is the Cons
so let's reserve that.
The Cons of Tarkir format. Most important is that you open a good rare, and we did that. So clearly showing our drafting skill already, drafting skill level high.
Get to draw some cards.
And the gimmicky deck that I want to draft based on seeing Shaman of the Great Hunt is the Temur Battle Rage Savage Punch deck because it goes right into that gimmick deck where you just load up on the combat tricks and the double strikes.
Basically, we're telling you that we're going to do something gimmicky and entertaining, but we're really just going to try to draft a competent Temur deck and win some.
No, we're gonna take weird cards high. You're not gonna know what's going on. It's not gonna make any sense. We've reserved the Shaman of the Great Hunt. That's a good card to open. I'm proud of us. Good job. We got a mythic rare.
See what happens
The
next.
strongest rarity.
I also don't have any idea what's going on yet. So
Frontier Siege.
Mission accomplished so far.
Snap it off. Definitely. Well, maybe don't actually do that. But my argument is going to be this is going to lend itself best to our gimmick. And the 2 mana we get from this, every turn we just pump it into Shaman of the Great Hunt.
Are you using the words gimmick and deck archetype interchangeably?
Well, I mean, I don't think the reason it's a gimmick is that it's not a real deck archetype.
Yeah.
Also, I don't see any cards that are really terrific for the deck that I was planning to draft based on that one first pick. And if there's anything I know about Magic, it's that you should choose the deck that you're going to draft the instant you see your first pick, and never deviate from that.
And
no matter what,
up everywhere that comes across your computer screen.
Oh look, change the color scheme with your performance. That looks good.
First video, first error message. This is a milestone.
Ghastly Conscription. Snap it off.
What?
We're taking it.
Are we?
Look, Frontier Siege goes perfectly with Ghastly Conscription because it gives you the mana you need to play Ghastly Conscription. It's a terrible card. We probably shouldn't take it. Let's see what else is in the pack.
I think it would be more entertaining.
Okay, we'll draft the
to
real
not.
Okay, I really want to draft Ghastly Conscription. So if we were drafting a real deck,
this is a card. That's a card.
I feel like Formless Nurturing. Okay.
What do we have? We got
we have a green-red deck that is aiming to ramp large things into play. Right, as of now.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like Ruthless Instincts is okay. It's one of the worst combat tricks you get, but it's also an okay combat trick.
We're a couple of Ruthless Spikes picking a Ruthless Instincts, maybe?
That's fine.
Or maybe we have this Formless deck.
I think we should pick the Instincts.
Instincts?
Oops.
No, God.
Formless Nurturing. That's also good, equally good. Okay, Temur Battle Rage. Taking it. Definitely taking Temur Battle Rage. This is, so far with 3 cards, this is the perfect Temur Battle Rage deck.
Alright, great.
Temur Battle Rage, great card.
We're in green-red, which is as
a supported color combination, definitely.
And we've successfully shoehorned ourselves into
I mean, I'm a little bit sad that we're not in the Humble Defector / Collateral Damage deck. That is also a good gimmick deck.
Oh, so we could use the Humble Defector. If we could...
No.
We could only pick both.
You know what doesn't work at all with Frontier Siege is the Temur Battle Rage deck. But I'm still happy to be picking it up here. In going forward, we're going to be looking for some Gore Swines.
I mean, at some point during the draft, we're going to be forced to take cards that
maybe
cost
we should change our color scheme to improve performance. What do you think?
Don't
do it. Don't click it because Magic Online will crash.
This program crash, yeah.
Okay. So I would like to don't click that. I would like to stay in green-red for now.
Yeah.
And I think the best card to do that with is probably Fierce Invocation. It's maybe not as exciting as some of these other cards, but it would mean branching into different color.
Exciting as a soul summon? You have no idea what you're going to get.
Yeah. It is a soul summons +2. So.
I agree with that.
I like this. I like this card. I think it goes well with what we have so far. It's not a good card by any stretch, but we're cutting off red, which is cool. And there are no good green cards, which means probably somebody is drafting green right in front of us. Also, there are just no good green cards in this set, so that's another component. You're interested in
There's
going
also-
into the third color.
Oh yeah, that's not a good choice necessarily.
I think that if we're going into the third color, I honestly think Right into Being is a better card.
Oh yeah, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
We don't have much that costs less than 4. So
I mean,
far.
we could easily end up in blue-red instead, because right now what we have in green is a very bad Frontier Siege, which I can't believe you took. And
you told me to take
Nurturing,
it,
which is worse than the other green card
Okay,
that
I'll
was in
put
that
that
pack.
in our sideboard for
Let's
now.
take Right into Being, because that is the best card in this pack, I think, by
Okay.
not a small amount. I think it's the best except for maybe Bloodfell Caves is another
I like
option.
it.
Okay,
There's a
here I'm
land.
ready to take definitely Thornwood Falls.
I am going to take the land because I know that my initial instinct would be to take something exciting
Do you
and
want to change
playable.
the color scheme to improve performance, maybe?
I think that makes the video more interesting.
Okay.
Having to close that can be sort of a signature.
The other thing I'm thinking about here is we're not going to take it. We're going to take Thornwood Falls, but I'm thinking about Temur Runemark partly because it goes so well with the 4/2 hexproof.
I mean, my instinct would be to take something big, like splashy and fun like that.
Uh-huh.
But my instincts are almost always wrong, so I agree that we should take Thornwood Falls.
So what do we know so far? We know that we're in. We know that we want to play Shaman of the Great Hunt. We have some good red cards. I would say that right now our green and our blue are equally bad. This pack doesn't have any cards in it.
Yeah, that's not.
I say at this point we take the land, to be honest. I think that the land is much stronger than everything else in the pack, and that we could find ourselves in like a weird 4-color nonsense. I think that none of these other cards are really very playable, except inside of very specific types of decks. Okay.
I'll take it. Hey, these are all in the right colors, right?
I like Enhanced Awareness out of this pack. Runemark is also possible if we want to try to force enchantments.
I'm noticing we got one creature, but these are also creatures, so we really have 3.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Yeah, Enhanced Awareness seems good.
Yeah.
Also, it
is blue.
And it's got this sweet first-person interface.
Yeah, it looks like I'm playing Bioshock, maybe. Oh, I like Jeskai Runemark a lot right now. It's good in an aggressive blue.
Oh god, I didn't mean to pick it.
I'm glad that you picked it though. So, geez, this is kind of rough because I don't really think we want another Enhanced Awareness right at this moment.
No, I probably just want one of those. But I mean, I don't know if we want any of these other things.
I think we take Smoldering Efreet because it's in our colors. It's pretty bad.
We wanna 2-drop that badly?
We might.
I mean, I don't know what else we're gonna take, but.
Okay, so I guess now we're taking another Enhanced Awareness.
This is a creature. That's a creature. It's a creature.
Okay, I mean, keep in mind that we don't really need to be blue, or rather green.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
Well,
so what do you think is better? Do you think this is better? Second one of these?
Coming out of this pack very well.
Second one of these?
I guess so.
Okay,
so we're just gonna take whatever. Let's take the Runemark.
It's in the right color.
Try to draft.
Speaking of colors.
Good deck. That looks good. I
like
Break
can't be blocked.
I like Fascination.
Okay, is that a win condition
That's
with enough ramp?
If we
ramp playing the Frontier Siege?
The Frontier Siege is definitely back in. Add that 2 mana. Put the 2 mana into the X. Go to your next main phase. Put the other 2 mana into the X.
So I like this card. I think that's a good card.
That's a very good card, but we're getting close to the point where we
have
to
to
choose our colors.
So we've got all this time. So what's our archetype looking like? We've got this Frontier Siege. We've got this Shaman. So we want big creatures. We want ramp.
I would say the number of good cards in our deck sits at like maybe 1.5.
Okay, what's bad? This is bad. That's
bad.
Mediocre. This is like
Breakthrough.
Oh yeah, that's awful. This is not really.
Jeskai Runemark's okay.
Is it? Okay, all right.
Well, in the right deck, but I don't think we're the right deck.
I'm taking your word for things because thinking is hard.
Okay, I like us going, based on what I'm seeing here, I like us going into green-blue.
Okay.
Because we have some. Because Pinewalker is probably the strongest card in this pack by not a small amount.
Probably.
I think Pinewalker is probably the best.
This does have hexproof.
Let's Pinewalk it up.
That was sarcastic.
Pinewalk it out.
I'm no moron.
Okay. I like taking the rare. Rares are good. So something to consider here for our viewers is Avalanche Tusker actually better than Woolly Loxodon or not? Woolly Loxodon, one of the best commons in the set. But I think that the value of taking this 6/4 in our colors, maybe to just to signal and also to solidify what we're doing here.
I don't know. For some reason,
Get some of the benefits of being the only drafter in this clan. What clan are we? Timur.
Timur. Yeah,
Timur.
This has kind of like a pseudo removal kind of thing going on. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Like
basically,
this card.
This one has lots of colors.
I like it. I like that it fits well into our Frontier Siege plan. Yeah. Because it costs 5.
So if you're wondering why all this weird stuff keeps happening with like
nobody knows.
That coming up, it's because when I try to left and right click at the same time, it's not working.
Savage Punch.
Oh yeah,
we are savage punching.
I've heard people who know what they're talking about say that this card is good.
Like me. The one who's good at drafting is Jesse K. Jesse T is not as good.
Yeah, the one making all these sensible comments about which cards we should take is Jesse K.
I think
the one waffling and struggling with the mouse pad on the computer is Jesse T.
He's manning the mouse. He's the expert at the Magic Online client, which I can't touch or look at. It hurts my head.
People have supposedly gone blind.
Shout out to MTGO Academy. MTGO Academy, definitely a Magic Online website, so maybe we should not be talking badly about Magic Online.
Oh, no. I mean, where else can you play Magic online?
You can, probably play in person.
Nowhere else, as far as we're aware.
So, let's keep the current scheme and don't show this message again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I feel like here what we have to do is take the Leaping Master, because everything else is bad. The other option being Bloodfell Caves.
Yeah, we don't have that many 2-drops. I was just kind of like staring at this and like feeling sad, which is I think is why I wasn't saying anything about it. Snowman Rider.
Snowman Rider. We are in the right place for Frontier Siege. Frontier Siege is going to be doing some work for us.
Right.
I'm also going to note the number of things with 4 or more power that we're drafting here, making our ferocious cards fairly good.
I see what you're saying.
I'm really liking the.
Do we want to play these things on our sideboard?
Probably not at this point.
And are we? I'm going to take the Leaping Master out because ideally we won't be playing it.
So are we more green blue or green red at this point?
We don't really have any early drops. If we do, we've got these two like kind of crappy 2-drops in our sideboard. So maybe slightly more green red. But then we also have right into.
We're definitely looking green at this point. I think I like Dragon Scale Boon best out of this pack.
Better than Incremental Growth?
Yeah, probably. We're not really looking like a solid aggro curve out deck here. We're looking like a big fat nonsense. We're going to use that extra mana that the Frontier Siege gives us.
I'm going to take this. I'm thinking like we need something to stop us from dying.
What we need to stop us from dying is Rugged Highlands.
Also things to cast our spells successfully.
Obviously, Scion of Glaciers is a good card, but I think we need to cast our spells. And right now we get a Highland game, which is exactly what we're looking for. Super sweet pickup. So I'm excited to be green-red. We're taking Whirlwind of Depth here. Definitely. Definitely. What else is in this pack? Whirlwind of Depth is great.
Oh yeah, I guess Valley Dasher doesn't block.
How good is it when you cast a Savage Punch or a Teemo Battle Rage on a Whirlwind of Depth?
Probably pretty good.
It's insane. It's insanely good.
How much does that cost to do?
We have a Frontier Siege, so clearly we'll be able to get there.
Free.
So we go turn 4.
Do we want to play both of these?
Probably not. So we probably want the active treason out of this pack just because there are no good cards for us.
Do something.
I like Barrage of Boulders here.
That could also do something.
That lets us break through. No, we're not. It doesn't look like we're
6 creatures.
It doesn't look like we're goblin sliding.
We're slow deck. I'm gonna take Barrage of Boulders because I know that's correct. But
I would play that in the main.
Really?
Well, we have to pick up some creatures.
Lens of Clarity, Tygon Scheming.
Let's take the Scheming so we can cut somebody else out of the Scheming deck.
All right.
Also, it's semi-playable. Not really. It's not a playable card. So I like how this is shaping up. I would really
like colors. We're signaling our colors.
Pick up some more cards. Hopefully we pick up 15-ish more cards for this deck within the next Magic card pack, because otherwise that would be very unusual.
Running pretty low.
I like Feed the Clan. Perfect sideboard card. That's a modern playable right there.
Is it? What deck is it in?
It's in Abzan decks in the sideboard.
Why?
Because you gain 10 life for 2 mana. It's very good against burn. It's actually worth considering. If your deck can, turn on Ferocious fairly regularly.
We took something at some point here, and I can't find it. So there may be a bad card lost in the deck somewhere.
You mean Siege Rhino. Take
really?
Siege Rhino.
Really? Why?
For your online collection.
I have 4 of them.
Well, obviously it's not good for our deck.
Could take the lands.
I think, honestly, if we're making a real pick from this pack and not picking Siege Rhino, it's probably Bloodfire Expert, because we really need creatures, and Bloodfire Expert goes very well with all of our tricks.
Okay.
Arrowstorm's a great card, but we're kind of flooded on 5 already.
I mean, normally I would take this. I mean, I guess we could sell it, but it's worth what, like $2?
I don't know what Siege Rhino is.
When I bought them, they were worth $2, which is one of the reasons that I bought them.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I guess we're passing a Siege Rhino to somebody.
It's less than the value of the pack. So, yeah.
I like Bloodfire Expert. It might be that Arrowstorm is better or Swiftwater Cliffs is better, but I think that our deck needs creatures.
Swiftwater Cliffs, but yeah. Well, remember, we have the room.
I just want you to keep in mind
right in the beginning the form
that our blue is pretty low, actually low enough to be a splash if we get enough playables, which is ideal because we don't want to be straight 3 colors if we can avoid it. Rattleclaw Mystic is an excellent pickup for us.
Yeah.
This is exactly what our deck wants to be doing.
Because we have no 2-drops and lots of expensive things.
No, we have 2-drops. They're in the sideboard right now. So,
do we want to put these back in, do you think?
Well, we can come to that when we come to that. And out of this pack, it looks like Abzan is pretty open. I feel like it's best to just pick up another Bloodfell Caves or another Leaping Master. Keeping the possibility of maybe some other cards that we splash, like if we get a late Sultai Charm or something, the Bloodfell Caves could help cast it, or Leaping Master.
We do have another Bloodfell Caves.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is that we're kind of, because there's really nothing in this pack for us. There's roughly 1.5 good
we could take this on speculation, we get like a good Sultai card later on.
Okay, here I like another Savage Punch a lot.
Not this? Oh, Savage Punch, yes.
Savage Punch is great. Our deck seems to be set up fairly well. We're
looking for 2 more cards. I would really like some just like big.
Bring low. Let's bring it low. Well, get low.
Oh yeah. Removal spells. I hear removal is good and limited.
Well, this will be our first one, so hopefully it'll get there for us.
So yeah, and if it turns out that we just draft a good deck and do well, we can always do a gimmicky video afterward.
We're trying to gimmick it up.
Nah, we're fine.
Here I like Riverware.
You know what's an enjoyable thing to watch is like people drafting well and winning games.
I don't think we're going to be doing too much of that.
Yeah, no way, this deck is sweet.
I do like that we have 2 Savage Punches.
Got a big flying thing. Look at this. Look at those stats.
I'm happy to pick up the Aerialists.
River Wheel Aerialists.
Oh, I'm very happy to get a Bloodfire Expert here.
Another one?
I really like that card in this deck.
That's interesting that you're here because I don't think I ever would have taken this Bloodfire Expert on my own.
This card is great with Barrage of Boulders. It's great with Active Treason. Great with our Savage Punches. And so it's our turn 3. We play an Expert. Okay. They play a Morph. Then we untap, play Savage Punch, kill their Morph, and attack them for like 6.
We do have to cut something for this Bloodfire Expert.
I don't think we'll have problems cutting things from this deck.
We've got enough bad cards.
So here's where like thinking about the mana comes into play, right? Because Warname Aspirant is a perfectly fine 2-drop, where Force Away is definitely stronger. I feel like we're definitely looking like green-red splash blue, so I feel like Aspirant is a better pick.
I don't know. I've never been afraid of this. I feel like we're not aggressive enough to like
we
really.
Have a bunch of 2-drops on the sideboard.
Okay, but I mean, this also just lets us get through with bigger things.
Okay, well you're in charge of the mouse, so you pick what you want. But I officially state that I think Warname Aspirant is the better pick there.
It turns out that was take this for the sideboard.
We're never canceling.
Taking it for the sideboard.
Okay.
What do you think?
I like Kintry Warden better.
Kintry Warden for the sideboard?
I like Kintry Warden better.
That can like block things that nothing else can.
Come in against a teamer deck, come in against an aggro deck that we need to one drop.
Zergo Helm Smasher.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. So since we already have a barrage, I'm happy to get the Glacial Stalker here. It's a great morph.
This is the other thing I would.
Nowhere near as good as Glacial Stalker.
Oh please! Oh god! Don't misclick something as this like glitches around the screen.
I think here
Lens of Clarity.
we want to probably
take a clear Lens of Clarity.
We probably want to cut the scout from the person who's running the scheming deck. We've already done a lot of damage to the scheming deck.
I want this uncommon from my collection.
Okay, so here we are freeing Ugin from the Spirit Dragon Tomb. If we want to take a good card out of this pack, we can take War Behemoth so nobody else gets to play it. It's way too late for War Behemoth to go.
We might sideboard this in some weird corner case. Fine. I'd rather keep the option open.
Sandbar.
Right.
That's a fine sideboarder.
Interesting note. They misspelled Sandbar.
Yeah.
On this card.
Oh, I thought it was Sandberg.
Interesting trivia about content chart here.
Are you sure you want to move that siege crap to the sideboard?
We can always bring it back into the main deck if it turns out we made a mistake.
Yeah. So the main problem I'm seeing with this deck right now is there are two problems. The first one is that Frontier Siege is in it, and the second one is the mana. So we're going to take out Frontier Siege.
Didn't I say we should pick that Swiftwater Cliffs
over what?
Bloodfire Expert?
No, we're glad to get every Bloodfire Expert we can, in my opinion.
Alright.
So let's see. What are the good cards in this deck? How many do we need to cut?
Okay, stuff we definitely want to play. Well, we got our big creatures. These guys.
Yeah.
Well, let's group our creatures separately. Let's
wow.
do.
Look at what Magic Online can do, guys.
And
well, we put everything in the actual right file.
These things, which are basically creatures, and we've got our morphs that cost 3.
So I'm very apprehensive to play, for example, a Right into Being in this deck, just because our blue is looking like we really want to have a little bit less of it than our green and red.
I think, okay, we've got 13 creatures, including all these things, so we are still kind of low on the creature count.
We haven't. Okay.
I mean, we could bring in these things.
Yeah.
And this, which is just a piker. It can never fly.
Right.
This poor Leaping Master will never achieve his dreams.
Okay. I think the first thing we take out is Frontier Siege. Take out the Frontier Siege.
Take out Frontier Siege. Alright.
We've also got Fierce Invocation as another creature.
Oh, cool. Alright, so I guess cutting right into being might make sense.
Right into Being is okay.
These
probably
twos are not excellent.
I do not really hate only having those 2/2 drops. I think it's okay. Because those are both good 2-drops that we want. The green ones.
Oh yeah, these are fine. I'm fine.
I think we can cut our Rune Mark. This doesn't seem like the best deck for Rune Mark.
Okay, what did it even do again? I can't blow up the cards. I can't bigger. I can't
embiggen them.
I can't embiggen the cards on the screen.
Okay.
So
cut that.
What does it do if you control a red or green creature? It gets
some
flying,
kind of nonsense. It's good in a better deck than this one. This is not the deck for it.
Okay. This I'm imagining like we'll play it later, so it's okay that it's a flash color.
Let's start by cutting out the Smoldering Efreet and the Leaping Master. I don't know if we necessarily need them.
Nice. I don't like
this.
Those.
Is definitely looking like an 18 land deck to me. So let's see what exactly we have to cut. Let's make one more thing,
because we got 2 lands, 25 cards, so there are 23 non-land cards here. I like Right into Being. We have
Right into Being as
creatures. How's Active Treason in this? Or
I feel like we have good ways to punch through. I think Active Treason is
probably the worst of them.
But my problem here with this deck so far is that our blue, we are putting too much on having our blue mana, which I don't think is going to happen all that often.
Yeah, we've only got this one dual land. Okay, so you think Right into Being is the cut?
I don't know.
What's Enhanced Awareness doing for us?
Drawing cards. Drawing cards is a good thing.
Okay.
We can cut the Act.
Force Away?
I feel like we can cut the Act. It's probably the worst of our cards. I mean, conceding that we need to have some amount of creatures.
Is it? Okay, so if we're considering both of these as if we're pretending I know what I'm doing, and both of these are late game tempo plays, which one of these is more likely to win us the game?
Force Away is a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Because we get the loot.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Okay, this is looking okay to me. I think we could maybe get some wins in, some W's off of the Savage Punch action
so
and the Battle Rages.
Here's my secret tech that I use for figuring out my mana base.
Okay.
I write down my 3 colors.
Great, looking good so far.
I think, like, ideally, what do I want my mana base to look like? I want 9 red sources, 9 green sources, and maybe like 5 or 6 blue sources, right?
Okay.
So we've got one blue source over here.
Yeah.
So we only need.
Wow.
Right? We only need 4. We've got 1 red source.
Yeah.
So we only need 8, and we've got 2 green sources, so we only need 7.
So
we've got 16 slots left.
Yeah, doing my math here, it looks like we should be running like 20 lands in this deck. Based on your calculations here.
Yeah, we need 20 more lands.
Okay, so let's put 20 lands in.
So this right here, 8 plus 4 plus 7, that's 19. So we actually have 1 slot left over, so we could actually play 5 islands.
I think we should play a basic plains.
So 5 island, a basic plains?
Yeah, definitely.
For Leaping Master?
Yep. The Leaping Master that
we're not even playing Leaping Master. Okay. So I'm putting in 5 islands, 8 mountains, 7 forests.
That seems like a little bit too many.
Too many what's?
Cards in our deck.
Is it? Did I add this wrong? Is it 44 cards?
We're playing 22 lands at the moment, folks.
Oh yeah.
This should probably be a 40 card deck.
So let's cut at least one of each of these out.
To be honest, I think.
What's our last land we want to take out?
Probably the red. I think we're taking out a mountain.
So we have slightly less red than green.
Yeah, okay. I think we're taking out a mountain here because
mainly because decent. We got 5, 8, 9.
Not actually terrible. Yeah, this is not bad. Mainly the reason I'm doing that is our green is all early drops that we want to make sure we hit.
The only awkward blue thing is right into beam. It's okay if we don't play that on turn 3. It's okay if it's not a turn 3 play.
Okay, so this deck looks fine. Let's submit it.
All right. See you in round 1.